Alhamdulillah, in our last 11 months, every city, every district, every division has now a complete end-to-end solid waste management framework for, looking at the urban solid waste management planning. So that's something, it's a flagship project of the Chief Minister, and we all know that Sustainable Development Goals has a lot of integration with solid waste management and associated health impacts, air quality impacts also. Then in the climate lens, I would say that for the first time, the development planning has been seen from a very integrated approach, cross-sectoral approach, multi-sectoral approach that we say. It's easier said than done, because we all know that we all say across the globe that it should be integrated, it should be inclusive, it should be trickle down to the local level, to the union council level, to the local government level. But when it comes to real implementation, it is always a challenge, because the sectors talking to each other is a challenge, the sectors communicating to each other is a challenge. And when it comes to policy making for a multi-sectoral subject like climate change, first of all, it is a challenge. But then, taking this challenge head on in last 10 months, at the Planning and Development Ministry department, we now have a project management unit where all the sectors sit together, they plan together, they allocate resources together, so that we know that if you're investing into green technologies, if you're investing into climate resilient cities, urban planning, we all have to do this evidence-based decision making together. So that's a complete paradigm shift in our development planning this year, and we've seen results already. When it comes to the adaptation and mitigation of the climate resilient policies, of course, it's also head-on urban planning, rural planning, infrastructure planning, green technology planning. Mass transit also is going through a complete transition from traditional petrol vehicles to electric vehicles, and we've seen already the electric buses have started arriving in Punjab, in Lahore for the first time. So sectoral-wise in industries, a complete mapping of the industry was done initially. So we divided this 1 year when we assumed office into 3 phases: short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Short-term was mostly legislative changes, amendments, hand-holding, stakeholder engagement, citizens engagement, awareness raising when it comes to climate change. And also, we are going through Punjab and Pakistan, and the cities in the region are going through air quality crisis at the moment. And Lahore, of course, as we see, is the center stage. But this year, in the last 5 months, we've seen peaks in other cities of the provinces also. And in the region as well, we've seen peaks, unprecedented peaks this year. So the first 3 months was to create an enabling environment to work together, all the sectors together for coming together to do this climate resilience planning. So lots of legislative and institutional